Hey everyone, thanks for joining in. I'll be doing an update right now on Chainlink. Of course, this isn't financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. The market's extremely risky. You're responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, and doing your own research. And this is just my opinion on the market. All right. So what I want to look at here on Chainlink, I've actually thrown away all of the counts and everything that I was sort of fixated on for a while. And now I want to take a look at the geometry on Chainlink. I want to focus a bit on what the geometry looks like on the chart. I'm on an hourly chart, but this, of course, this could look just fine on different time frames. But I'm going to be looking here at the hourly. So what I see here on a much wider scale, starting all the way back, at the very beginning of October. So for about a month now. Again, ever since we broke through $2, right? Ever since we broke through $2, we have been creating this structure. And this structure is an ascending wedge, right? So descending wedge, if you were to flip this over, you would have a trend line that keeps getting lower and lower and lower. You keep creating lower high after lower high after lower high. But right now on this chart, we do that and then we break through and then we confirm that as support. And then we break through and then we have higher support. So what we're actually creating right now is higher low after higher low after higher low over and over and over. But then what our highs are looking like, we have this little bit of resistance here, again, but anywhere between 2.95 and $3, we keep being rejected there. But we keep getting higher low after higher low, and this is extremely bullish. This is a bullish sign. This trend line right here, this is so important right now. From what I can see, this trend line here, and I'll go ahead and put this in red because this is very important. This is our trend line that we have to watch. This is our trend line that we have to hold. If we can break out of this, then I do think that we have that potential to move in a significant way on Chainlink, right? So if we can push up above this, then I think that we have that potential to move. I do think right now we probably do have potential to come back up here to 295, maybe come back down, claim this as support here about 275, and then we finally break through. And if we can close even an hourly candle above 295 and then come back and retest this, then I think we have that potential to go back up to 350, $4. We really have to break above that because, even though our high probability scenario is that we break up from here, we do have a chance that we can break down. So, if we come back up here, we retest this and we claim it as resistance yet again, but then we come back down and we fail this red trend line and we come back up and fail it there, then I think we have that potential to come back down to $2 to 225, which we have been talking about for a while. We're going to start looking for our horizontals. But right now on this chart, it does give an edge toward the bulls. And I say an edge. I'm not going to be extremely bullish, nor am I going to buy right here. I'm not going to buy this until we break above and we retest 295 to $3. If we close an hourly above 295, that for me is a pretty bullish sign, giving an indication that bears have, kind of gone down on their selling pressure and bulls are allowed to move up, right? So, yeah, of course you have two sides to every market and you have to look both ways, which is why I've got both of these trend lines, which these are both the important trend lines to watch. Red is the trend line to watch for the bears. This magenta is the trend line to look at for the bulls. If we can push above 295 on an hourly, then I do think we have significant potential. We could be going up to $3, $4, $5. If we break below this red trend line, then I think that it's very easy for us to come back down to this level here, which is at about 228, this level here, which is at about 218, and then finally this last level down here, which is at about 210, 211, somewhere in that range. And of course, we all know that I've been talking about 205 to 225 to 250. I've been talking about those levels for a long, long time. And I think that we will likely come back down there at some point, but in the short term, what this looks like is it looks like it wants to come back up and retest to 294, 295. It wants to retest that area. Um, and if we're able to break through that, if we're able to break through 295 on even just an hourly, you can see back here these two wicks that we have, and let me see if I can just kind of zoom in on this so we can see this a little better. Those two wicks that we had were on an hourly time frame. We got rejected. We got pretty close that second time, but we didn't close above it. This level right here at 294, 295. We have to break above that on an hourly, and we have to close, more importantly, above that on an hourly for there to be any sign that bulls have a little bit more control over this market. As far as going down and moving down, if we close an hourly below this level, same scenario, right? If we close an hourly below this red ascending trend line, then we do have the potential to move much further down. If you were able to short Chainlink, if we push down below, and right now that line is right there at about 264, 263 in that area. If we close an hourly below that, I would say that it'd be a good opportunity to take a short position on Chainlink and get yourself all the way down here to at least 250, 225. 230, somewhere in that area. You have a good short potential if you're on an exchange that will allow you to short Chainlink. I know that there are some out there, but nonetheless, this is looking like it wants to move up. Now, what that also means, and I did an analysis on Bitcoin just a little bit ago, and TradingView decided to kind of act a little wonky on me here. But what this means then is Bitcoin is likely going to take that move up also. So keep that in mind. For Chainlink versus US dollar to go up, Bitcoin either needs to stay pretty stable, and then the Bitcoin trading pair and Chainlink has to move up, or the Bitcoin moves up and the Chainlink versus BTC pair has to be stable, or maybe just a little bit of a loss. But Bitcoin is looking like it does want to it wants to test above 9,300 again, and if it's able to do that, then I think we have that potential. But Bitcoin has to stay above 9,200 in my opinion. So this level right here on Bitcoin is going to be pretty important, even for Chainlink and any altcoin, to continue to have any bullish momentum. So that level I just posted there is about 92.15. So keeping an eye on that. Let's also take a look at Chainlink versus Bitcoin and see what that looks like. It's looking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and blow away any of these indicators that I put on here. Chainlink versus Bitcoin is looking pretty good. We're hitting some of our horizontal resistance right here at about 29,300. Then of course the next level, which is going to be right up here at about 29,600. But then the major area that we need to pay attention to is right here at about 30,500 to 30,700. Still a long way to go, right? But if Bitcoin stays stable and Chainlink moves up from here up to that level, which it looks like it's going to be about 5%, if Chainlink can move up 5% in Bitcoin, then I do think it's got that significant potential to continue to move up on the USD trading pair. If you're going to be buying Chainlink right now, I would say that you should probably have a stop loss if we close below about 29,000, 28,750, somewhere in that range. Odds aren't really all that great right now because it really did just move up 1.5%. So kind of take that with a grain of salt, but use all of this data to your advantage. You want to look at Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is going to be what really guides a lot of the USD pairs. You want to take a look at the Bitcoin pairing, because if Bitcoin's moving up and the Bitcoin trading pair and your altcoin is moving up, then your USD pair is going to have significant growth in general. Now, if Bitcoin stays stable, the Bitcoin pair goes up, of course your USD is going to be moving up, but just not as much as Bitcoin was moving up also. So it's the trifecta. We have to keep an eye on all of these different data points as we are looking at everything. So yeah, so that's my update on Chainlink right now. I think I'm doing a pretty good job keeping everything under 10 minutes or so. I know sometimes I like to talk for a while, but thanks for joining me here today. And like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Especially especially if you enjoy these videos that I'm doing. If you're not in the Discord server, just feel free to throw in a comment and I can get you an invite to that. Otherwise, I will talk to everybody throughout the day.